I went for a nice hike with Rogan this morning. Made a little video. I'll put that up on Facebook on the Nature Bats Last um, group. And if you guys aren't aware of that group that I'm in, it's Nature Bats Last. It's run by Guy McPherson, the climate the doctor of and scientist and professor of climate from Arizona University. And Professor Emeritus. He is author of several books, and he's constantly going around the world giving talks about what's been going on with our climate. Okay, Teresa, Nick, and Amy, what's up, guys? How's it going? Keith Jinmin. Okay, what's up, guys? Burns. I look like a metalhead. Well, that's because I am a metalhead. I am definitely a metalhead. I know how to mosh, too. It made your day waking up super early and catching me live this morning when I was up at fucking 3 in the morning. You know, I couldn't believe I finally went to sleep at 4:30, but check this out. When I got in bed at 4:30, and I laid down and I closed my eyes, I said, I'm going to be asleep in 2 minutes. I was so relaxed. And dude, I don't remember anything after that. I fucking passed out. Hey, Ford Focus. Hey, Dave C. What's up, guys? Ah. Good morning, Jose. How's it going? So let's maybe pull up the Corona info. It's starting to really explode, huh? So I want everybody to just be vigilant and just, take precautions. Do those things that you should do so you don't get this thing and spread it to people who could die. Now they've said that it's 10 times to 10 to 20 times deadlier than the flu. And that's freaking scary. That is freaking scary. And somebody came on here and was talking about fear mongering, and I asked for some examples of the fear mongering. Then this morning, and he didn't have any really, and I turned on Kyle Klinsky this morning, who was talking about basically just relaying the facts of what's going on. And it was interesting because at the end of what he said, now, if that doesn't scare you, I was like, oh, there's a little fear mongering. But just by him saying that wasn't really fear mongering. I would say if you're fear mongering, you're probably exaggerating. I don't know what the okay, Google, fear mongering definition.
Here's the definition of fear-mongering. The action of deliberately arousing public fear or alarm about a particular issue.
Well, fear-mongering. I guess it is fear-mongering, huh? My bad. I think I misunderstood the definition of fear-mongering. Deliberately arousing public fear or alarm about a particular issue. I thought fear-mongering was lying to get people scared. I didn't realize it's just deliberately arousing public fear. Hey, man, yeah, okay, my bad. You were right there, fear-mongering. And I'm fear-mongering too, and all of us should be fear-mongering. Because all fear-mongering is deliberately arousing public fear and alarm. And we should. You have to play on people's fears to get their attention. So my bad, dude, that said that was fear-mongering. Yes, you're right. They are fear-mongering. I should have looked up the definition of the word last night, but I thought I knew what it meant. I'm glad I looked it up because now I've learned something. State of emergency in Dallas. Some clown used the public rail on his way to get tested and got the positive. So hundreds were exposed if they weren't taking any precautions. Well, hopefully he covered himself up while he was on his way. Hopefully he had a mask on and didn't touch people. Why does Pac-Man say Bernie lost? Because Pac-Man wants to be right about everything. And he thinks if he sees something that's might be happening, he wants to get in front of it so he can always go back and tell his viewers, oh, I was right about this. I was right about that. I was right about this. That's all. He doesn't know. He's taking a guess. Let's just wait till Sunday. Let's wait till the debate on Sunday and see what happens. I may have said that about Super Tuesday, but man, there is still a lot of people out there who are really angry, and they do support Bernie Sanders. Right on, Slovenian stoners. Right on, buddy. Down today in Michigan for weeks. Yeah. So now that I know what the definition of fear-mongering is, and the guy's question last night was, Nay, are you okay with all this fear-mongering about the coronavirus? Yes, I'm okay with it. I think it's necessary. People are idiots, and they need to have the sense shaken into them. Hey, Kazi, what's up, son? Stoners, banana, ha, Rob McNeil. Good day to all trendies. Hey, Robert. So I don't really need to worry about the death toll here, but boy, oh boy, is it starting to spread around the world everywhere now. Europe looks like a mess. America now has 1,268 reported cases. Hey, Thomas. Hell yeah, Kazi. It's good to see you, man. I don't ever hear from you anymore. Hey, John, they call me Nay on the live stream. How's it going, buddy? N-A-Y. I don't use my real name on the live stream. Idaho and Alabama, only states without it. Huh. Let's see how long that lasts. Those are two states that nobody wants to go to anyway, right? Any cases in... Well, if what Dave said is true, then yeah. So here, school closes for 14 days. We close Italy, and Italy is in quarantine. Oh, you're close to Italy, yeah. Hey, you. Hey, you. Rogan. Hey, you. What's up, buddy? How are you? What are you doing? How are you? What's my baby doing? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Oh, you can't see him? Here. Buddy boo. Oh, I got the high five. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Hey, Brenda Oldham from Florida. How's it going? In PA, everything's shutting down. Imagine the people that have it and say nothing because they don't want to be forced into quarantine. Yeah. That is your right ear. So both ears are still bothering you a little bit? Okay, we might have to use the cleaning fluid today. And really clean them good because I don't want my Bobby's ears bothering him. You want to come up here with your daddy? Can I pick you up? Let me pick you up. Come on, just for a minute. Oh, let me move it. Oh. Hey, Robert, it's just in time, man. I'm wearing one of your shirts under my shirt, actually. Nick, replying to Devin, closed will remain closed. Josh, so I've been watching you for years. You always talk about we're all going to be gone 10 years. I never was on the same page with you about that. But I've been hearing that this guy wrote a book about this coronavirus is just going to, go away and then come back stronger 10 years later and really wipe us out. I don't know about that, Josh, but that's interesting. Roro, Teresa, Love Rogan, Jose. What's up, Karsten, Nick Brown? I'm starting to believe you on this 10-year theory, says Josh Cox. I have own quarantine in my room, smoke cannabis, Slovnian, right? You're getting a kissy attack. You're so mean. I'm just giving you lovey and you're growling at me. All right. 3 weeks is the current time frame. He's huge. Yes, he's a big boy. He got a big old head. He got a big old head and he's so beautiful. He got a big old head and he's so beautiful. Are you looking at yourself on the TV? Are you looking at yourself on the TV? Oh. Toilet paper and hand soap. You can't find it anywhere. Use Amazon, guys. Little Dem Just Jokes. Dem Just Jokes. Now we have climate change and virus to fight. It's a down spiral. Hey, Nay, good day to you. Hey, Ojib. Mr. Johnson, hello. My dad said I was crazy buying extra stuff, replying to Devon. Same, Europe. Googly eyes. Oh, the googly baby boy. The googly baby boy. I love him so much. What, you want to go? You trying to get off? Oh, you've had enough of your daddy. You had enough of your daddy. He is muscular, isn't he? Stocky. And so cute. And, you know, I love his size, man. I've always been into bigger dogs. I always like big dogs. Never was a fan of little dogs. He's a little dog. But he's just so perfect, man. He's so fucking beefy and muscular, and his attitude. And he's so gentle with... I've got a little 2-year-old that he plays with. And, he's very gentle with her. He rarely ever knocks her down. I've got screenshots of him when he's smaller than his head. Oh yeah, he's smaller. He was smaller than his head is now. Absolutely. He was, I held him in my one hand. I could hold him in my one hand. Little baby boy in my one hand is just like so cute. I miss our baby Rogan, though. Oh, he's still our baby Rogan. He'll always be baby Rogan. Look, he'll always be baby Rogan. He's right there on my cell phone, the little baby boy. He'll always be the baby boy, baby boy, baby boy, baby boy, baby. He's always my little baby. My little baby boy, baby boy. I'll have to look into that. Thank you, New Branch. Sherman Corpus said, don't worry about toilet paper running out as long as we have assholes. We'll have toilet paper. Nick Brown, how are you doing, David? Everything. I love him a lot. Roger, cheers. Yo, Kazi, I know you remember Rob Mulligan. I wonder if Rob Mulligan remembers Kazi. Rob, you remember Kazi? He's here in the live stream, bro. Kazi, Kazi the alien. You remember Kazi the alien, bro? From Orlando? Let me know. I should let that sit for a second before I try to pull it off. Baby boy, baby boy, baby boy. With and without contrast. Okay, David. Hopefully you're doing good. Valerie. Good morning, Valerie, my babushka. My babushka. We had an interesting conversation yesterday, didn't we, Valerie? And I see that you're still here, and that's a good thing. I'm very happy to see you're still here. I try not to be vulgar all the time. But sometimes it's necessary for me to expose my God Pawn shirt. Were you guys scared? God Pawn. See? You guys didn't realize I was wearing my God Pawn shirt underneath. Just got out of Cat's Count here. Okay, Valerie, good morning. Nay, replying to David C. Baker. Thank you. Okay, good. We're good. We're all caught up. We're good. Good. All right, let's do a Deb. Okay, we're good. Good. We're going to do a Deb. Debbie. What kind of nail? I believe it is a quartz nail, I believe. but I'm not 100% sure. Yes, this Blazer Big Shot GT8000. Once again, it's called the Blazer Big Shot. Did ya had to open up your mouth? You had to be a big shot. Did ya? Oh, your friends were so knocked out. You had to have the white hot spotlight. So much fun to be around. I can't believe I remember that. All right. All right, so this is called the Big Shot GT8000 from Blazer. I love it. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is intended for all. Cheers, everybody. Took my dome up. Had that torch for years and years. Had another one that I did break. But it's worth it, man. They last so long, they save you money. John Dean. Okay. Good, you get to play. I wanted to show you guys the energy coming into my house. You guys want to see the energy? Pure energy, pure energy. Look at my dog. He's being silly. All right, we're still getting grid power, but we're making a half of a kilowatt right now. So my my house is using 2 kilowatts. So the rest is being supplied by the grid. So I will show you the diagram so you guys can see it's literally happening as we speak. Here, let me turn the brightness down here. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting to watch? I can literally turn devices off in my house and this number goes down. Within 2 minutes, it tracks the voltage, the wattage that I am using and shows me an accurate You remember Kazi? Yeah, he's here. Well, he was here a minute ago. Kazi loves, son. Kazi the alien. Kazi the alien. I don't know where. I know Kazi remembers you, bro. I just don't know where he's gone to. Man, this. I got to tell you, this warms you up. Coffee and a Trendy Asdabbers hoodie. It doesn't get much warmer than that. So if you need to stay warm. If you're looking for a way to stay warm, get on over to trendyasdabbers.com and get you one of these Nayface hoodies. And I'm telling you, man, it's high quality. It'll make you feel good and keep you warm. And I wore this on the plane when I flew to Florida and back. And it'll protect your skin, cover you up, cover up your ears and your head, your hair, everything, man. It's a great thing to wear when you're flying on an airplane. So consider that. And we'll just put this right here. All right, a little reminder. Trendy Asdabbers. Hey, look at that. You got your Pain Oil shirt if you want to support the Pain Oil cause. Get yourself a Pain Oil t-shirt. And now I will support the Robert Mulligan cause, the God Pawn. Fucker.info if you're interested in this wear. Hey, Quinn. How's it going? I like that name, Quinn. When Quinn the Eskimo gets here. There, ba-na-na-na-na-na. Good song. All right. David C. Baker, thank you. Patreon. David C. Baker, thank you for telling everybody about the Patreon. You guys, I send pain oil out to all kinds of people. In fact, I believe David C. Baker, did you probably received your oil? And Steve, I know Steve Running got his. These are the guys that go on Twitter and retweet me, and I send them free oil. Why wouldn't I? You know, I really want you guys to go on Twitter and do that, and I got the oil, and I have to give it away to be a nonprofit, so I might as well give it to the people that are retweeting me. So if you're on Twitter, you're retweeting, you might get a message from me on Twitter, and I'm going to ask you for your address, and then you're going to get some oil. Keep it up. I got plenty of oil to give out there, man. So keep it up. Dope hoodie. Joshua, thank you. Do you have tank size? No, I don't, Jose. By tank, you mean a tank top? What up, Christopher Almond? Received his paint oil, yes. I'm wearing my sweatshirts all the time. Teresa King, thank you. Notre Dame schools in New York State are closed for 1 month. They are 45 minutes from my house. Jose Miller, does anybody know what happened to Zina? I'm really concerned. I haven't heard from her or seen her in a long time, man. I'm just kind of concerned. Josh, hope you're well. Thank you, Josh. Same to you. It's from my dad. His name is worse. Quintillion? No, that's a cool fucking name. I think my grandma was mad when she named it. Dude, Quintillion, that's a fucking cool ass name. That's cool, man. Yo, Quintillion. It's like a pimp. That's fucking Quintillion, yo. He's rolling in it. I like that name, bro. I would take your dad's name and just use it as my nickname. Yo, everybody, I'm Quintillion now. That's my new name, Quintillion. I'm going to reach a quintillion people. I'm going to reach quintillion number of people. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. A quintillion people. I'm used to like thinking a billion people. A quintillion people. Are the black lidded ones gone? No, man. It's all going to be black lids from now on. It's all black lids. This is an old white lid that I refilled. No, actually, no, this is the old stuff still. See the difference in the color? It's all black label though. I use the old weak stuff myself. I don't mind it at all, man. I love it. It works for me. You know, it works on everything I need it to work on. The other day, I started getting a fucking sore inside my mouth, like a canker sore. And, you know, you always get this, I get this idea in my head that for some reason my oil's not going to help it. All I have to do is make myself do it and put the oil on, and I know it's going to cure it. And I did, man. I was on a live show. I felt that fucking sore in there. It felt like I was chewing on the inside of my mouth. I took my pain oil. I rubbed it right on that fucking sore. Pain went away. Forgot about it. It's fucking gone. That was like 2 days ago. I'm telling you that this shit works amazingly well on everything. And it doesn't matter if it's the weaker or the stronger. It all works so good. So you all should consider, you know, using yours if you have some, because it works on everything. Go for you on Twitter because you're my friend. Jose Miller, thank you. What kind of oil? It's Trini Pain Oil, Love Jazz. Was gonna ask about her. No, with tank, I mean big. Oh, Jose, like a 4 times? Yeah, I think I got 4 times hoodies. 4X. They're pretty goddamn big. I have been messaging Zena for over a month. I have not heard from her. Jesus fucking Christ, man. What happened to her? I'm going to reorder for the 4th time. I think it works so well. There is no denying it. You mad at me, Sean Reese. For what, Sean? I don't really hold grudges, and because I can't remember all you fucking trolls. So I can't really be mad at one particular person. Why, you got something you need to get off your chest there, Sean? Have at it. It's bottom of the hour. Let's do a dab. So now I got 552 coming in from my solar panels. 552 watts. The rest is being made up. This is crazy that I could take energy from the grid and from my solar panels at the same time. You know, I didn't know it worked like that, but you can literally see it, and it tells you how much energy you're getting from the grid And remember, when my battery's hooked up, it's already down there. They just haven't wired it in yet. When my battery's wired in, the grid won't be feeding anymore. It'll be my battery that'll be feeding. And when the battery goes out, my generator will kick on. But I've never asked my solar guy how long the battery runs for at full power when my house is, pumping five megawatts. Or is it 5 kilowatts? 5 kilowatts. I mean, you said you were gonna block me, bro. I've been supporting you for a long time. Sean, I don't know why I said I was gonna block you. I don't know. You're right here. So, sometimes, it's better to just keep your mouth shut about certain things. If you're here, better to just let things go, because I'll just forget about them. You can ask 20 of the people here that are watching right now. Ask them, hey man, wasn't Nay mad at you over something and then he totally forgot it, and then just like the next show you came on and he totally treated you normally again? Ask anybody, they'll tell you. Yeah, Nay blocked me on one channel. I came in on another Facebook channel. He forgot that he blocked me, and I come in every day. I'm still blocked on that other channel, and I just figure, hey, leave well enough alone. How much for a jar of oil? It's buy one, get one free. If you get one of these, I send you another one. So it's $35, and that includes shipping. It's worth every goddamn penny. If you have pain. Or if you have a skin condition like psoriasis, or you get hives. Man, this has helped me with my hives. I break out in these freaking hives, man. It happened yesterday. All of a sudden, I start itching somewhere on my arm or my hand, and I'm not thinking about it. I'm so used to it. I just start scratching it. I don't care because I'm not thinking about it. I'm doing something else. I'll just start scratching. Maybe I'm watching TV, or maybe I'm, playing with the dog or outside or whatever. I'm just scratching. And then I look down. I'm like, oh my God, my skin is literally coming off. I can see where I'm scratching my skin off. I'm like, I got to stop and put some Trendy Pain Oil on there. As soon as I put the Trendy Pain Oil on, I stop itching. I stop scratching. So it not only does it numb it, right? It numbs it so you don't itch anymore. It does something to where it heals it. It'll fucking make that redness go away within fucking 10 minutes. Nick Brown, yeah, he got blocked a couple times. It happens. I'm always fair. Fuck yeah, I try to be fair. Try to be. Just like the dude that came in last night and said, what do you think about fear-mongering? And I was like, what fear-mongering? And he just didn't know what to say. He should have just looked up the definition of fear-mongering and told me what it meant. And I would have been like, oh, basically playing on people's fears on an issue? Oh, well, that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it for a reason. I'm trying to save your fucking lives. And it's not just about the coronavirus. It's about cannabis, too. Cannabis will save your life. Watching my show will save your life. I've already saved people's lives. At least 3 or 4 people's lives that I've saved. Literally. And it's just from them watching the show, just because they were watching my show instead of out somewhere in a car doing something stupid, riding along with some friends who ended up all dying, or, watching my show instead of going and doing, crack or heroin, because I'm sitting here telling you how fucking stupid you are for doing dumb shit like that fake cannabis shit, that K2 spice bullshit, warning you about crocodile, warning you about all that shit, and you guys find out. It just blows my mind how experimental you motherfuckers are. Some of you will come in here and literally you will say, oh yeah, I tried blah, 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 and I'm like, wow, you are brave. Some of you motherfuckers are really brave and really stupid, and it's too bad. You hear about something, you got to go try it. You see a bunch of people doing it, you got to go do it. We're a strange breed, us human beings. We really are. We are easily influenced just by seeing other people do something. It might not make sense, but yeah, Jiggles knows to keep their mouth shut on here. It might not make sense, but just look at the Nazi Party. Do you think that every single person that was a member of the Nazi Party literally wanted to physically themselves murder other people? Do you think every single member of the Nazi Party want to do that? Every single one of them? Okay, so there's a few that they were in the Nazi Party. They wore the armband. Maybe they were even in the military, but they were uncomfortable with the fact they were actually killing people for no real good reason. You know, they could have been shipping them out. If it was that bad, they could have just shipped them out. But they decided to murder people. And there had to be people in that Nazi Party who didn't agree with it, but went along with it because there were so many other people that were doing it. And they were indoctrinated, and they were basically culted in to doing what's wrong. You know, there's a lot of that in the world, and there still is today. You might not be getting into a group of people that wants people dead, but you might be getting into a group of people that says, you know, the earth is flat. That's a perfect example, and it's not a healthy thing for you to deny facts. Because if you can deny the earth is flat, then you can deny when a doctor tells you you have cancer, but it's curable and you need to go get chemo and radiation if you want to survive. Well, the earth is fucking flat, so why are you going to believe this doctor? You don't believe science. That's dangerous. That can result in you dying. That's why I try to talk to you guys, you know. And like I said, some of you guys will experiment and do dumb shit and whatever, and I'm sitting here shaking my head, whatever. And I really feel like I can reach some of you guys because some of you have been reached. And as I said before, I have saved lives with this show. Silly as it may sound, and it may only be 4 people, you know, but it's definitely fucking at least 4 people. I've got stories, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, it's worth it for me. Sit here and do this 3 times a day. If I'm saving lives, even if it was 4 people, hey man, I saved 4 people's lives. How many people can say that? You know? So I'm giving back, man. I'm paying back. My life has been saved before. And, you know, the least I can do is give back to humanity that has preserved me long enough that I can be witness to where we are today, which makes me happy. You know, somebody said, I couldn't believe it. They said what I said. We're lucky we get to see what's going on. We get to witness whatever the fuck is going to happen. You know what somebody else said? They said, absolutely nothing when I mentioned the pine beetle. So I unfollowed them on Twitter. I finally figured out, I said, I've won this argument. And the fact that these 5,000 people aren't going to come over to me and they're going to stay and follow this guy, even though he won't answer one question, I've posed it to him time and time and time and time again. Pine beetle, 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 right? As many times as I could. No response, never a response. Why no response? Because it proves them wrong. And him and 5,000 other people are unwilling to accept that truth. 5,000 other people. None of his people came over to me. None of them. They don't want the truth. So I give all of you credit that watch my show because at least you guys are willing to listen. You know, you guys are willing to listen, and that says a lot. You've got proof. I've got proof. It's all over the goddamn world. The pine beetle proof is everywhere. And Teresa, that's the problem is they don't want to look at the proof. They don't want to look at the proof. Look, proof. I've got evidence. Evidence here for you to witness. Traditional medicines are the best. Huh? What are you talking about? I thought we were talking about the pine beetle. A lot of people believe lies. Who talk truth? People know, believe. So, how are we doing here? We should be getting more sunlight on those solar panels. Oh, yeah, it just changed. Just went to 544. I think it went down. It's possible that the sun was hitting the panels a little bit and has now moved behind another tree and needs to make its way out again. But I'm so excited. This is only showing me the power of one array. I've got another array that's powering another part of my home, and I've got another array that's not, the inverter's not even turned on yet. So both inverters need to be wired into the battery. There's only one battery. You know, you've seen these battery bays and shit that people have for solar, and they've got like 24 fucking batteries in a closet. They got racks of batteries. I've got one. I'm gonna get another because I want to be able to power my entire neighborhood. I want to be able to provide power for all of my neighbors, and I will be able to do that. I use as much power here in my one house as almost all of my neighbors combined in their homes. Isn't that crazy? They're using 1/50th of the amount of power that I use. They don't have a fucking waterfall, right? They don't have a 73-inch TV with a computer that's a goddamn 1,000 watt, 1,300 watt, whatever it is, power supply all day with 2 extra monitors. So 3 monitors running. That's a lot of power. I looked it up. I was using like 600 watts or something like that just off of that. And then the monitors was like another 400 watts. Hey, Cinders, what's up, girl? Cannabis is one of the oldest medicines on earth, I think. Oh, right. Okay. And I was watching the power. So if I was sitting in here, it's all quiet. I got everything turned off, right? The refrigerator would come on. The jacuzzi would kick on. The refrigerator or the heater in my heating cabinet would kick on, or the water well pump would come on to fill. I've got it on a clock to fill my pond. I would literally watch each device come on this device. Oh my goodness, you don't know how cool it is to be able to see that and to know how much energy each thing is using. Have you guys seen my library display? Did I show you guys that yesterday? I hooked this up, so I've got 2 library shelves now. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I've got the squisher down there below. Right? And then I've got, this one is a glass case. It's got bongs and cannabis. There's bongs on the top. And then over there on the far side, I've got more bongs, some wood boxes as a gift that came from what was her name? I can't remember her name. Little crazy woman that watches. And some mail stuff. But I want to find out another place to put the mail. And, Yeah. I haven't eaten any food yet this morning. All I had was the coffee, and I've been smoking, and now I'm getting lightheaded just a little bit. I'm going to recover, though. Quarter of the hour, cannabism is for all. Cheers, everybody. No law regarding cannabis, as we like to say up here in the trendies. I've got to go to my storage warehouse. I haven't done that in so long. I got to go there and pick up some things. I should go do that this morning. You love my wood stove? Yeah, I'm not going to be using that with the cabinets there. It would get too hot and it would start a fire. Those, if I could probably get my friend Mark over here and show him what I did and say, hey man, I need like a steel shroud to protect both of these from the heat from that thing. He'd be like, two thin pieces of sheet metal or something, and I'm sure it would be fine. There's enough space, I think. I've got coagulated sheet metal. I think I could do it myself. I've got the sheet metal too. I don't know what it would look like back there, but I think I could do it, and then I could run the goddamn fireplace. Wouldn't that be crazy? You use a wood stove all the time? No, see, I got guilty about it, about using the wood stove. You know what it was, Teresa? I thought about people that live in apartment complexes, you know, even when they drive their cars around every day going back and forth to work and they're polluting and things like that. That is nowhere near the amount of pollution that just one fire in your fireplace or wood burning stove creates and pumps out into the atmosphere. It multiplies your carbon footprint immensely. You can't even imagine. You can't even imagine. You're pumping pollution, CO2, up into the goddamn sky. And there's literally millions of other people who aren't doing that. They're staying in an apartment, they're in a house, they're not using a wood stove, they're not using a fireplace, they don't have a fucking fire pit outside, they're not burning their the ground around their property, burning off the brush that they've raked up like I am. That's a massive amount of carbon. So I was like, man, I kind of didn't want to do it too much anymore. I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I definitely don't want to do it all the time. Because I thought about my carbon footprint, you know? I thought about all the people that don't burn shit. And I'm like, man, I am fucking guilty as sin. You look it up and find out how much just a small fire, how much carbon and CO2 emission just a small fire creates, and you'll be blown away by it. And when I can't remember where I saw that. It was years ago. I was like, oh man, I never even thought about that before. I was burning fires all the time. I was throwing garbage in there. I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't thinking about it. So when I first moved in here, I didn't give a fuck. And man, I saw that and I was like, I don't need that. I'd rather burn, you know, natural gas, propane, and put out less CO2, but this fucking CO2 emissions from propane, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I'm probably doing the same goddamn thing. But I do have electric heat as well, which can be run off my solar. So that's cool. I do have 5 heaters in the home, as well as space heaters, but those take up a lot of energy. But I got a lot of energy. And so it's not like it's costing me any money to grab more of my solar energy to run an extra space heater. Interesting, right? There's a lot of shit to consider. I'm sure pellets put out just as much CO2 as wood, Jose. It's all burning, you know? They say those pellets, are they not wood? That's made out of something else, huh? What are those pellets made out of? Like sawdust? Or something? I basically I'll be making about, I should be making about 120 to, on a slow day, to 180, almost 200 kilowatts per day. It's 420. It's 420 in Newfoundland, man. I'm so high. I'm sitting here not smoking because I'm so high and satisfied right now. I'm just like, plus I haven't eaten. I was gonna smoke again. What chips? Do you have any? Oh, I had BD Swim. David Baker says Sam Suter. That's rad. All right, so Maybe we'll take another dab here. I've got a dab ready to go, don't I? All I got to do is heat and serve. Let's do it, shall we? Ooh, look at all that butane in that torch. Ooh, look at that. Heat and serve. Heat and serve. North Korea is still not reporting if they have any cases. That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is intended for all. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Charlie. Virgin lumber. Combat sawdust. Look at that. Very high combustion. It doesn't say about CO2 emission though. It's interesting. Thank you for all that information. I was right. It's sawdust. Half the time I'm just doing this, guys. Just doing this. Half the time when my stove first starts, it makes my house look like it's lit on fire. Oh my, I'm falling asleep. Looked it up for you. Ah, thanks, Rob. I'm surprised pellets aren't made of hemp. I bet it would burn good. I wonder how that sunlight is doing. Still just 544 watts hitting my panels. But I'm only using 1,890 watts right now in the house total. Looks like my grill lights are off downstairs. I might want to check that. Thought the timer was off. Thank you for posting that. I'm still drawing fucking power off the grid, though, and I don't want to do that. Right on, Rob. 590 watts. 590 watts now coming off the solar panels. It just skipped up. I wanna turn some items off in the house. You know, it's like I want to run it. I don't want to use any power when I'm not in full solar. It's so funny. My friend, the guy that's doing the install for me, he said, you'll learn. He's like, you'll change your habits of when you do things, when you see how much money you save, when you won't do laundry in the morning. You won't do dishes in the morning. You know, you're not going to do things that You'll wait until afternoon when that sun is cooking on your panels, and then you could turn everything on in the fucking house, and that's when to do it, because it's not going to hurt you, you know. And he said to me back, we were talking about the grid, he's like, and you might as well use that energy instead of sending it off to the grid, because they're only paying you pennies on the dollar for it. It's worth a lot more to you. So you might as well use it while you got it. Go run your fucking sawmill, crank your jacuzzi all the way up to 104. Have your heat on in one room and your AC on in the other. Fucking just bust it out. It's all your energy. You might as well use it. Otherwise, it goes to waste. If your batteries are all the way charged and they're only paying you fucking pennies on the dollar for a fucking watt of energy, tell them to suck your dick and go ahead and run your shit, bro. Whatever you need. Run extension cords all over your goddamn property. Put goddamn spotlights up in the trees. Who fucking gives a fuck? Charlie Temp, what do I do for work? I'm retired. I have investment income from mini warehousing in Florida. I make a lot of money. A lot of money. I make a lot more money than almost anybody that's just got a normal job. Retired life. It's kind of fun now because I'm starting to think about things to do with my money. I need to spend it. I need to fucking spend my money, because in my opinion, there won't be a money system left, and anybody left with a bunch of cash, it'll be basically worthless. As that happens, as the whole system breaks down, and if your money is sitting in a bank and that bank fails, then you got nothing. You got whatever the fuck you've got with you, that's all you got. No credit card. Think about that. What would all of you do if you no longer had a checkbook, no longer had a credit card, and no longer had a wallet with cash in it? Would you be able to survive? A lot of you that watch my show actually would. I've noticed that. A lot of you are living off grid, living off the land, and that's good. You know how to do it. But those of you that aren't, keep watching my show and learn. You're watching my goddamn... All I want to do is sit here and watch that power come in, man. What? What about that goddamn power? What? Take the glove off, man, while it's still hot, man. Come on, man. I should clean that rig. It would be... Oh my God, look at all the oil in the oil trap. Holy shit. Look at all that oil in my oil trap. Damn. That's what you make trendy paint oil out of, guys. Right there. Trendy paint oil. You got more than enough in that oil trap right there to make a couple of ounces. Boom. How long? Celery 3 days ago. Wow, broccoli and celery? That's fucking awesome. Ugh. I want to grow broccoli and celery. So, you guys should consider that. And you don't have to go to the, grocery store, the gas station, go to a job, send your kids to school, any of that bullshit. You get your cannabis growing, so you got your own medicine. And, if you're relying on a hospital or a doctor to survive, you're going to have to figure something out. You guys are in trouble, and you got to think about that. It's something to think about, for sure. BJ, this is the bottom right now, says BJ. What are you talking about? I haven't seen you in forever, BJ. Bombing Iraq again. Yeah, Trump. Well, yeah, we know. Yesterday, right? They launched missile attacks yesterday. No more samples at any cost case till it's over. Just got notifications. You just got notifications? We were hearing about that yesterday, I believe. Only thing that worked for a minute last year, everything else rot. Zucchini? Huh. I'm dead without doctors. Right? Right? There's a lot of people that are dead without doctors. So you guys need to consider that, you know? You didn't know that we attacked? Yeah, well, Donald Trump was trying to distract the world from the Wuhan virus and it didn't work, David. See, you didn't even hear about it. Perfect example. His failed attempt at trying to start a war to distract from what's going on with the Wuhan virus. It's the only thing he can think of to save his own presidency right now. And he feels like his poor handling and poor assigning of Mike Pence as the Wuhan coronavirus czar are really going to result in his losing a lot of support. Is SARS worse than coronavirus? I don't know, Kepper. I don't know. I know that coronavirus is deadlier than the flu. I told you guys that a few days ago. I was right. Now they're saying coronavirus is 10 to 20% deadlier than the flu. And they're saying there could be a million, I want to say a million cases of it. I think that's what they said. But I think they may have said a million deaths. I can't remember. I mean, we're already at over 1/10 of a million cases around the world. That's going to explode. That's going to double, probably triple within a few days. It's already exponentially growing. It's showing that exponential growth right here. It went from 37.8, 44.9, 47.4 to 56.5. Dude, that's horrible. And if you go to the daily cases, it'll literally show you that. I told you that, what is this? This is today, 13th? Yep. No, yesterday. Well, it's not showing today's yet, but it's showing there were, it was going, 4,000 cases, then 5,000 cases a day, then 7,300 cases a day. Now it's 9,000 cases a day. It's exponentially spreading now. Definitely. Nancy Pelosi's live right now? As severe as the flu doesn't make sense, but to each their own. And that's all. So how long till the number is at 2 million? So much here. Don't pass any joints till coronavirus. Don't be around people. It's fuck passing a joint. Don't be in the same room with people, Kepper. Don't go out. Don't do shit like that. I mean, just look around, man. Just look around. Look at the states here, and where it's going. I mean, my area, Napa, just went into a state of emergency and lockdown, which is close to where I am. it looks like, I don't know what's going on with California. It looks like California's actually, according to this, it can't be right. They're not showing any cases in the state of California. None. Zero. That's not right. So, there's something going on with that. Hey, Gary. Yeah, Metanoia 97. You should have a greenhouse or just put plastic over your plants. You know, to keep the cold out and they won't die off. They say the same thing about West Virginia as well. Yo, what's up, TTV? How's it going?